Welcome to SVG-TV News for Friday, April 6, 2018. I am Rochelle Baptiste with the details. Students across St. Vincent and the Grenadines have been challenged to continue to strive for academic success and excellence at the 2018 National Award Ceremony hosted today by the Ministry of Education. At the ceremony held at the Villa campus of the SVG Community College, several students were awarded for their outstanding performances in the 2017 CPEA and CSEC examinations. Minister of Education Sinclair Jimmy Prince said he is elated by the performance of the students, adding that the government continues to pump significant funds into the local education system and challenged the students to continue to strive for excellence.
It's, of course, the willingness of the government to ensure that young people in this country continue to soar and to reach the pinnacle of their ability. I am delighted to congratulate all awardees, your schools, your parents, guardians, and everyone in your community who have contributed to your educational achievement thus far. We celebrate your achievements and eagerly await your performance at the next level of your educational journey. A journey we hope that is full of aspiration and determination, and one that will provide the inspiration for you to be the best at whatever you set out to do academically. I challenge all students present today to lift the educational attainment bar to a higher level. Do not be satisfied with mediocre grades. Strive for grades that will qualify you to receive a national award.
Minister Prince said whilst most students take their academic work seriously, a few do not, adding that work must be done to change the mindset of the delinquent few.
An old man once told me, you can't eat zabuka and expect the results of a mango. If you don't prepare, if you fail to prepare, prepare to fail. And we have to change the mindset of some, I'm saying some, because when you consider who we are awarding today, we see that most people take education seriously, and most people want to move on with their lives in this way. But there are some people who don't care. Of course, I don't always blame all of them, because there are circumstances which prevail against them in certain conditions. But of course, there are others who do not look at the big picture and therefore decide to play the fool along the way. So I congratulate those who are willing to do more than just becoming another statistic. And I congratulate those parents who push the children.
Also congratulating the successful students was the Deputy Chief Education Officer Elizabeth Walker, who expressed confidence in the nation's future given the outstanding performances of the students.
To all those who are receiving awards, I say well done. The Ministry of Education continues to improve on the framework that was established for improvement of educational outcomes in all of our institutions. We applaud our principals and teachers who work tirelessly to implement our programs and support student success. Today, we can see some of the results of this hard work. As all stakeholders continue to cooperate and deliver the anticipated synergies that will augur success for all students, we are confident that St. Vincent and the Grenadines will continue to progress as we produce quality students who will be our leaders tomorrow.
Outgoing president of the SVG Teachers Union, Oswald Robinson, has expressed satisfaction with the work and efforts put in by the executive of the union under his leadership. Robinson, who was delivering his final address in his capacity as president of the SVGTU at the union 20th biannual convention on Thursday, thanked all supporters and partners for their commitment in achieving better working and living conditions for all educators. He pointed out that the convention's theme, Solidarity, Diversity and Justice, Building Teacher Power, characterizes in a profound way some of the significant accomplishments of the SVG-TU under his leadership.
The SVGT exposed the deplorable working conditions under which our members had to work. Our robust actions led to the closure of several schools in order to demand better working conditions. Fought for the appointment of all teachers, and approximately 100 teachers were appointed. The battle for appointment of our members continues. SVGTU is in solidarity for compensation to teachers who mark school-based assessment for the Caribbean Examination Council. This battle has begun. It is my hope that this battle will continue regardless of the Commander-in-Chief of the SVGTU. The establishment of a medical fund, as was unanimously passed on in November 2017 at the annual general meeting, and this is another profound statement of the SVGTU to continue to show solidarity to our members who require financial assistance as a result of critical illnesses.
Robinson took the opportunity to express a gratitude to his outgoing executive members, the Ministry of Education, and all other trade unions who worked along with the SVG-TU in the interest of the nation's educators.
Friends in the Ministry of Education. Sometimes we have a little battle because, you know, the nature of the trade union and so on. But I have very good friends in the ministry that we could call and work with. The media, the general public, and all my friends and well-wishers, members of the outgoing executive, Sister Paulette Williams and Brother Vibert Lampkin, I'm going to miss you all very much. Thank you for your encouragement and support. Special thanks to Mr. Kenneth Morgan and the members of the Elections Committee, to my successor, Sister Wendy Bino, and the new executive. I say congratulations and all the best for the future of the SVGTU. Hand in hand, united we stand. Long live the SVGTU.
Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has acknowledged that while there are problems among the nation's youth, his ULP administration has been facilitating their development. Speaking in Parliament on Thursday, PM Gonsalves said while there are a few persons on the wrong track, the majority of young people are striving for success and excellence.
A lot of people engage in lamentations about young people. But what we have heard today and what we know about, while we must identify those areas of weaknesses, and including the issue of crime mentioned by the Honourable Member for Central Kingstown, that overwhelmingly the young people are doing well, and there's great hope.
On the issue of a national stadium, the Prime Minister explained that in 2009, monies were already accumulated to construct a national stadium here. However, with the global economic crisis and several natural disasters, there was a setback in construction.
The cost of the stadium in 2008, when that design was completed, the cost was 56 million or thereabouts EC dollars. We had just finished all the playing fields, including redoing the Annisville Sporting Complex for $54 million. And we had taken a decision to have a respite at the national level with these facilities and do them in different locales. And Mr. Speaker, we have done, so we intended to come back to it in 2009, 2010. But the truth of the matter, all of us were under severe strictures because of the global economic meltdown in 2008 and continuing, and with natural disasters for which we have had to borrow a lot of money to build a lot of bridges and a lot of roads and to build a lot of houses.
Opposition Member of Parliament for Central Kingston, Sinclair Leacock, on the other hand, said the construction of the National Stadium is long overdue. Leacock, who was speaking in Parliament on Thursday, praised the recent performances of athletes in the Carifta Games and said 17 years under the ruling Unity Labour Party government was more than enough time for the administration to deliver the goods by building a national stadium.
In spite of, they have delivered the goods. 17 years has been much too long to deliver the facilities for athletes in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let's not play around it and pass it off. It's been too long. Our neighbors Grenada, that has had more hurricanes than we have had, has hosted 2 Carifta Games. St. Lucia has hosted Carifta Games. St. Kitts is way ahead of us. And there's a direct relationship between the political outcomes that we have just applauded in this House and what has also been achieved in the field of athletics. And that is all of our economies, all of our societies have to be driven by good economics that allows us to deliver the goods and services to our peoples. It's relevant to the athletics.
Leacock further added that the conditions under which sportsmen and women here train is deplorable.
I've been to the park and seen some of these athletes at the Victoria Park perform. The circumstances, the coaches will tell you, is terrible, out of pocket, way beyond call of duty. I've listened to cases and arguments as to whether they in fact should be entitled to stipends to go abroad. When I was in charge of football, I made it mandatory that any time our players leave here, they must not be out of pocket for representing St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We on this side of this House have seen this long, long ago when we spoke about social spiritual redemption chart, and we identified athletics, football, and all these sports as a vehicle for improvement of mobility.
Citing several structural faults in the Parliament building here, Minister of Transport and Works Julian Francis announced that the Parliament building will be relocated to facilitate renovations. Minister Francis, who was speaking in Parliament on Thursday, said that the building has not had any major restorative work since its construction over 200 years ago. He said that the building has to be fumigated by an overseas company to treat termites, among other things.
I don't seem to be able to find anything substantial that was done to this building after it was constructed over 200 years ago. I think a lot of us sit here when we come to Parliament and we look up to the ceiling and you can see evidence of deterioration. Termites have taken toll. These types of buildings have a lot of spaces and hollow areas that termites live in, and to get rid of them sometimes it has to be almost demolition and fumigation. The expertise, while some exist here, to get this properly fumigated is going to mean a big tap coming down from way overseas to be able to cover this and to fumigate it.
The Transport and Works Minister said care would be taken to ensure that the historical integrity of the building remains. He mentioned that the decommissioned Annisvale Airport and the Lyric Building as 2 possible sites for relocation of the parliamentary sessions while renovations are being conducted.
We will try to maintain the aesthetics of the building. The National Trust has interest in this building as well, but we're going to have to find temporary residence for the occupants of the building, including the House of Parliament. We are looking at 1 or 2 properties where we can fix them up, and do the adjustment to accommodate us both as the Parliament and the courtroom downstairs, with the clerk, speaker's offices, all in one location. 2 buildings we're looking at right now will be the E.T. Joshua Terminal Building or the Lyric Building.
Residents of Sandy Bay and surrounding communities last evening witnessed the launch of a project aimed at sensitizing persons at the community level on volcano and other disaster hazard risk and how they can secure themselves and their properties. Dubbed the Volcano Ready Communities SVG project, the initiative is being carried out by the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, and the University of the West Indies Seismic Research Center. Nikita Tony tells us more about last evening's launching ceremony in this report.
Seeking to increase the level of preparedness for volcanic activities and other natural hazards, as well as reduce climate change impacts on strategic communities, the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, has partnered with the UWI Seismic Research Center to roll out the Volcano Ready Communities in SVG project. Valued at US $618,700, the 2-year project is funded by the Caribbean Development Bank Community Disaster Risk Reduction Fund CDRRF and was officially launched at the Sandy Bay Government School yesterday, Thursday, April 6th. Given an overview of the project manager at the UWI Seismic Research Center, Monique Johnson, noted that the project will target 12 communities in the high-risk zone of the Lasso Free volcano.
Its primary objective is to increase knowledge and awareness and reduce vulnerability to the multi-hazard environments associated with the Supre volcano, Lasso Free volcano. And this will be done through a combination of activities designed to enhance response and adaptive capacity of the communities in St. Vincent. Any events, communities are first responders, and the success of this project will be measured by their ability to respond to the immediate and long-term impacts of the hazards.
Johnson outlined that the project will be executed in 3 main components.
The first component will seek to increase community readiness by establishing protocols to guide the development of community alerting systems. Second component will focus on developing a public awareness program, including a suite of education materials, and this will be supported by a communication strategy with the aim of increasing awareness of the volcanic and multi-hazard risk, as well as climate change impacts. Third component intends to enhance adaptive capacity by facilitating each community's contingency planning, including the identification of resources required to implement these plans.
Speaking on behalf of the target communities, Chairman of the District Disaster Committee of Chateaubelair, Dora James, thanked all stakeholders for investing in the timely initiative.
As communities, we're going to be provided with early prior warning that we can use to respond to certain activities. We will be able to also ask questions. If we are not sure about certain things that will take place, we can ask, and we would ask questions also to guide our responses. We can seek additional resources, additional assistance once we have the information.
Senior Director at the CDB and High Commissioner of Canada, Benoit Pierre Laramé, pointed out the importance of building community disaster resilience.
Communities are the most affected by disaster, and they are the first responders in case of disaster. In some cases, they are even aware of the event even before the central authorities knows about it. Therefore, community-based disaster risk reduction should be the core of any risk reduction approach.
The 12 target communities are Fancy, Owia, Sandy Bay, Overland, Big Level, South Rivers, Park Hill, Connery, Fitzhughes, Chateaubelair and Rose Hall. It is believed that community engagement will improve and expand the capacity of the target communities to be more resilient beyond the life of the project. Nikita Tony reporting for SVG-TV News.
As they celebrate 17 years of participation in Vincy Mas, reigning Band of the Year SVG Players International is aiming to raise the bar for 2018. At a media launch held earlier this week at the Peace Memorial Hall, the Mass Band unveiled its 2018 production dubbed Legend of the Soca Monarch, the best of the best. We hear more in this report.
Months ago, before the official launch of Vincy Mas 2018, reigning Band of the Year SVG Players International has made it their business to host their official media launch as they present for 2018 the Legends of the Soca Monarch, best of the best. Boasting some 10 beautiful sections, the 2018 production, according to band chairman Joel John, aims to tell a story by merging aspects of both traditional and party designs.
Each year, we challenge ourselves to do better. And while we have achieved some of our objectives, those which we have fallen short of, we chalk up as lessons learned. Pleased to say that we feel satisfied as a band that we still maintain Mass with a story, drawings with educate and artistic vision, which mirrors the old with the new. Whenever I'm asked what makes SVG Players different, I tell people all the time, it is the experience.
Given a background of how the production was conceptualized, artistic director within the Mass Band and renowned mass designer Julian Pilling Pollard highlighted that all sections are named after some of the greatest hits from Soca Monarch competition since it was first held in 1996.
Monarch was won by Winston Soso with a song called I Don't Care, and we are using that as an introduction. That also is one of our. Now this band, we have tried to balance it between being traditional, being experience-oriented, and downright competition. A lot of flags and a lot of flag waving because we want to create the atmosphere of a Soca Monarch.
Chairman of the Carnival Bands Association, Hirage, in his remarks, noted that the SVG Players International Mass Band is fast becoming a legend within the Vincy Mas arena.
In taking the title of Band of the Year for a 6th time in 2017, they are now 3rd in line in terms of Band of the Year victories.
This country's first Raga Soca Monarch, Rayon Madzard Primus, was also on hand at Wednesday's launch to thank the members and designers of the Mass Band for seeing it fit to recognize and appreciate soca music.
The song was actually the very first Raga Soca Monarch winner in St. Vincent 2001, which happened to be the same year that Players started. I want to thank Pilling, for showing some appreciation and love and paying homage to us, the soca artists, myself, Steenie, Fireman, Scorpion, and a lot of names. And hopefully in the future, as the younger ones come, the El Pangs and the Royals and what's not, that more bands will, pay attention and show the love.
SVG Players International is expected to host an official launch at their mass tent located at French's tomorrow, Saturday, April 7th. Nikita Tony reporting for SVG-TV News.
Thank you, Nikita. Police have arrested and charged Deslan Brown, a 27-year-old laborer of Lodge Village, and Hanif King, a 26-year-old laborer of Redemption Sharps, with criminal trespass on Thursday. According to reports, Brown and King entered the dwelling house of Rohan Andrews, a 28-year unemployed of Lago Heights, as a trespasser, and at the time had a weapon of offense with a gun. Entry to the dwelling house was gained by force through a door located on the western side of the building. Brown and Andrews were scheduled to appear before the magistrate court today to answer the charge.